Hey, it's Nate with Big Ha Homestead, and today, just another garden update video. At this point, pretty much done with everything. Most of the vines are dying out, so really what's there is going to be there. So should just be pumpkin. I think I got most of the butternut squash out of there. The other thing I'd like to do is get some of this grass really cut down. Maybe get the tiller over here and rake it over there with it. Till it over, not rake it over. But anyway, let's get to it. Well, first things first. All right, so the first thing I want to do in here is make sure we retrieve all the veggies that are in here. Some of them aren't going to be fully ripened, so we're going to go ahead and just give those probably to the chickens, but we do have ourselves a bunch of pumpkins that we want to get up here. All right. And I'm off camera probably. Horrible YouTuber. This is some kind of Japanese, this is an invasive species, I believe. These little purple flowers that are all flowering. I really want to rip those out, and I was tossing a bunch over the fence because I don't really want them in my garden for even next year. So I got a pumpkin here. Not so ripe pumpkin here. And two more not so ripe pumpkins. Go ahead and just get them out of here. So I have given away 3 pumpkins so far this year. So I've got 6 of them over there. It's actually better than last year. Like I said, a lot of this stuff, I don't want the seeds in here. So I'm gonna try to pull a bunch of it out here. So maybe it'll reduce next year's issues. But let's get to it. All right, I got about probably 90% of all that stuff that was seeding out of there. There's a big pile of gourds and stuff over there. So now we're gonna go ahead and weed eat this all down and use the trimmer. All right, I went ahead and trimmed down all the overgrowth there in the garden. Fall is coming on pretty hard right now. So I was gonna till it, but I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna give it a little bit of time there to go ahead and just die out a little bit, see what I missed and go back over it, and then I'll till it down. But we're wrapping up the garden. We still have peppers. I have a ton of jalapenos and other peppers. I'm gonna try to save those plants this year and see if we can put them in like a winter storage so I can just plant them next year. They're pretty awesome. I'll show you here in a second for the peppers. And then the last one I really needed to work on is the asparagus and the strawberry garden, and get that all mulched in and do a better fight next year to keep all the weeds out. But that'll be it. Let's show you some of the peppers. All right, so for the peppers, you can see all the jalapenos on here. Some pretty good large ones on here, and this thing is loaded. We still have some of these old chili peppers. I need to get those probably wrapped up for the year. And then all these other peppers here, I don't even know what kinds these were. The little green peppers. The bells are all coming out, so we're gonna use those for something to eat here soon. Because we got some beautiful bells growing here. Took them forever to finally get growing. And then for the strawberry patch, we've been weeding it and fighting it, and we're gonna get in here and really do it good and get all that mulch into the garden, which should hopefully help let the strawberries do better. We didn't get many this year. We should really have had a good harvest, but they're all covered up. But it looks like we might get a last run of them before winter hits us. And the asparagus has done awesome. I mean, I can't say anything but how wonderful that stuff has done. This was year 2. So it's got its 2 years. It seeded this year really good. A bunch of them did. And I'm gonna go ahead and hopefully harvest next year some asparagus, because we actually got 3 different periods come up of the shoots. So you definitely could have eaten it this year, but they say 2 years. Now, for the green beans, I've got green beans down here. I am gonna let them go. I know the first freeze we get, they're gonna be gone. There's a rabbit in the garden who's enjoying them. End of the year, so I don't really care that the rabbit's having a little feast here and there. I got a couple little random potatoes. Most likely could have them ready before. And there's some potatoes there. And there's some potato there, there's potato, there's potato. So since those potatoes are growing, like I said, I'm gonna probably wait it out and see what I can get. Well, everyone, this is Nate with Big Haw Homestead, and hope you enjoyed my little short. Again, these videos that I'm doing now in the garden are all about just winding it down. Pretty much, I mean, we're pretty much done with the garden other than some of the little things I showed you. Maybe I'll get some green beans here if they can live into October. Maybe I'll get some small potatoes off those potato plants. But other than the volunteers that are in there and the peppers, not going to have much more garden content probably for this year other than some of the final tilling. We are going to pull the fences down, expand the garden, move the fences out. So that'll be kind of good to do to show the new size of the garden. We are going to open it up to get the tractor in here as well. So I'm actually going to bring the chisel plow into the garden, and we're going to go ahead and plow it all the way up through here, really get it turned over for the next growing season. But all in all, I'm still very pleased with what we got in the garden, and with that, have a good one.